Welcome, Internet, to Rollingintentions. My name is Jason. So I'm taking a break from playing my Final Fantasy II playthrough. I'm not playing, of course, online or anything, and I don't think I'm all that interesting to listen to playing Final Fantasy II because I don't talk a whole lot. But I've just gotten my Laka system set up, and if you're wondering what Laka is, I would suggest going ahead and checking it out. If you have an extra PC or something sitting around and you're not really using it, and you got a decent-sized screen TV or screen, go ahead and check it out. It's a really good, almost like an arcade emulation system. And you can find it by looking up online, doing a search. I think you can even go to www.laka.com. Not sure. But anyways, just do a search for LAKKA and you will find this. Yes, it is a group of emulators, but it is set up in a very nice interface. And it's really nice. I sit back, it uses all the different types of controllers and stuff, and I can just play the games just like it were the real thing. Now, for those who like the real thing, well, that's nice for you. And for those who don't condone ROMs, well, that's whatever. So, and of course, I don't use it, obviously. Anyways, so we're going to talk about something different today. So we've got, as you can see here, CardDB back up on the screen again. And I'm going to go through a couple different cards here. Some that I think either I do use or I don't use. And probably my little take on those cards. Now, this is all from the Shadows over Mirkwood cycle, which is what we just completed recently. So I'm just going to go through a little bit and tell you which packs are probably good to get. Now, I really want to do this in a grand scale for people who are new, and I think I will soon enough. But I need to come up with ideas and look at the actual packs and try to see which ones were the power packs to get and whatnot. I will say, for those who have been listening to different podcasts or even those who have been keeping up with the game, I believe that the Outlands deck, which I built, not the exact deck itself, but that Outlands idea, it's very easy to come up with because it is just a few different expansion packs. Actually, I think it's only 2 expansion packs all put together, and that will give you the entire Outlands group, which are very powerful and could get you into some gameplay without having to, if you're always losing or whatnot, right? But I have to say, my favorite out of all of the different deck types is my Sylvan deck. That Marshal the Elf deck, I just find it so much fun to be bouncing around elves. But once again, that is a little bit weird, not for everybody. So we're going to go through the cards here. Just only the player cards. Then I'm going to give you, even though I might not show you because I don't know if you can see. I'm going to just double check here. Actual cards for the not on here, but okay. Well, maybe there's a better way of doing this. But I was going to take a look at the actual cards themselves. But you know what? I'm not going to spoil the quest for you. Instead, what I'm going to do is you can look at my playthrough of the quest if you wish to, and if you don't, then I'm just going to give you kind of like a synopsis of how I felt about each quest pertaining to the pack. Maybe that'll, I mean, these are all put into one big story, but so I mean, I would recommend you to get them all. But if you're on a budget and whatnot, maybe there's certain ones that are better than others. But all right, so first off, we've got Bilbo Baggins. He is a lore hero with 9 willpower. 9 threat, 1 willpower, 1 attack, 2 hit points, and 2 defense. I don't know why I screwed those up. He's a hobbit, and the first player draws an additional card in the resource phase. I've never used Bilbo. I actually do not plan on using him. His stats don't even come close to his threat. He got a really good, powerful effect, but I find that in lore you don't have to worry about card draw anyways. So I find that his effect is a little bit underwhelming. So to tell you the truth, Bilbo Baggins, I don't have any love for Bilbo. Sorry, at least this Bilbo. All right, so that's the hero for this pack. This is the Hunt for Gollum pack. Campfire Tales. I heard a lot of people playing with Campfire Tales. It's good. Everybody draws 1 card. So as you can see here, it's a cost of 1. It is an event card. It is a leadership event card. And then everybody draws a card around the table. Now, for 1 player, I mean, yes, it could be a 1 cost cycle card, but there are better. I mean, they're better now. See, this is the thing, right? This is back in the day when cards were, it was hard to come by any cards, really, other than what's from the core. So, I mean, every card counted, right? Do-Day Merc, definitely awesome. Still used? Absolutely. This is a powerful card. The reason it's so powerful is because it doesn't have unique, and it's not restricted. So you can just start stacking attack on top of somebody. And having 3 of these in your deck, I absolutely. Why wouldn't you? And it's supposed to be. It's kind of like a tactics card put in leadership. I really like it. So it's a 1-cost attachment. It's a signal attached to a hero. That hero gains 1 +1 attack, and you can pay a resource to change the basically from attached hero's pool. Sorry, to attach Do-Day Merc to another hero. I barely use that ability, but it has come in use, and it's always nice to have that option. Musterina Rohirrim. This is sort of like the first card for the Rohan decks that I still haven't seen, and even to this day, I have not seen them operate as efficiently as I would expect. But it's out there. Like, they have the cards. I mean, I just haven't. I've been trying to build Rohan decks. I just haven't been able to find the good niche yet to make Rohan really fly. I find other deck types a little bit more stronger than these guys, but they're a good theme. So it's a cost of 1. It's an event. It's a spirit card, of course. And search the top 10 cards of your library for 1 Rohan ally. Add it to your hand. Then shuffle the cards back to the deck. Very standard. Top 10. You're probably going to get a Rohan character. Or you might even get the one you're looking for. That is a good deal. I mean, it's a 50-card deck, and you're going to be drawing 7 cards off the top. So by the time you get this, even if it's first turn, you're still getting a decent shot out of your 43 cards to grab something. So good. Vandeala Minstrel, Noldor. It's an ally with 3 costs, 2 willpower, 0 attack, 0 defense, and 1 hit point. After you play Vandeala Minstrel from your hand, search your deck for 1 song card and put that into your hand. Shuffle your library, or shuffle your deck, I guess. Yeah, well, there's a lot of songs out there now, and you're going to start seeing a lot of songs. And, of course, these songs help you, especially if you have tricolor decks or tri-sphere decks, I should say, to kind of balance it out or give you a sphere that you actually do not have. So it's not bad. There are other song decks. There's also other song, I guess, combos nowadays, and she's still useful. I never play her, even though I have the songs. I find that I don't like the songs, actually, to tell you the truth. But I mean, people do. People love the songs. I'm not bashing the songs by any means, like Songs of Kings or Song of Wisdom or anything like that. I just don't use them. I find that I usually have other ways of generating the right resources and the right person. That I don't have to worry too much about that. But then again, maybe one day I'll regret that. Who knows? Either way, I don't like the cost that she's 3. I don't like that at all. Actually, she's got shitty resources. She got shitty stats. And yes, she does give you a song, whatever song you want, and it'll set you up for a combo. So she's a combo card. Or if you really need this to make your deck more resource friendly, she's a card. But there's got to be better ways. There's ways to search for attachments, and I would rather do that than to use her. Song of Kings, of course, it's song attachment, 1 cost, neutral. Attached to a hero, it gains the leadership icon. Woohoo! It's pretty self-explanatory. Use it when you need the leadership icon on some people. If you got a dual sphere deck, you can make somebody, everybody can use leadership. Then that's pretty good. And it really helps you with resource management. Makes your deck feel like a single sphere deck if you have that. Starter path. After a location revealed from the encounter deck, immediately travel to that location without resolving its travel effect. If another location is currently active, return it to the state area. Situational. I've never used it myself, but if there's a lot of nasty travel effects, to be completely honest though, I've seen the most of the worst traveling effects happened in the first cycle. So even though this is where this came out, so this has been completely relevant to when it came out, I find that the card's last ability didn't last as good as it could have later on, when it usually talks about when it became the actual location, or while it's in the staging area, or just does certain things like Surge Doom, stuff like that. I find that's more common nowadays. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is definitely good for the first cycle of quests. But after that, I don't think its usability is very low. So, yeah, the Eagles are coming. It is a event. It's a tactics event. 0 cost. It's an Eagle card. Search the top 5 cards of your deck for any number of Eagle cards and add them to your hand. Shovel the cards back afterwards. So it can even grab one of itself. So you have another Eagles that's coming, you can grab another one of those. That's nice. The Eagles have never gotten quite the nailed down as much as they look like they were going to get at the very beginning. But either way, there is a lot of Eagle cards to grab, and Vassal the Windlord is one of them, though he's kind of costly. But anyway, so a lot of different Eagles. I would say if you're making an Eagle deck, you're going to have to mix it up with another group, unless you're going to go attachment heavy, and that is a possibility. And Westfold Horsebreaker is an ally. It's a Rohan with a cost of 2, 1 willpower, 0 attack, 1 defense, and 1 hit point. Discard Westfold Breaker to ready a hero. I actually like this, and the reason why is because you don't have to exhaust them. You can just do it whenever. So you could be in the middle of an attack or middle of a quest, and you always have the option to get rid of him to ready your hero. And as well as Rohan does kind of usually trigger effects if you have a good Rohan deck, based on when characters either leave play or when they're discarded. So that's good. Aylmer can get readied and give +2. I mean, we're talking future now. Obviously, this is not with Aylmer in mind, but still, though, even if you use him nowadays, you can discard him, and yeah, you can ready him, and he'll be a 5 attacker waiting without any attachments, 5-foot or anything. All right, so out of this deck here, the hero I will say is very low. On my totem pole, I was going to give him a rating. I would give him like a 2 stars. Campfire Tales, I'll probably give a 2 or 3 star. I mean, it really depends. 2 stars if it's just for you, because it's only a cycle card that you're paying 1 for, which is better later. I guess I should be getting a star rating. Anyways, and 3 stars if you're playing a lot of people, because 4 cards is pretty good. Right, even in a 4-player game, that's really good. Do the mark, definitely a 4 or 5 star, probably a 4 star, because it's just OP. It's just so powerful. You can just give somebody an attack. It's really good. Mustard Rohirrim, it depends. I'm not going to give it a rating because it's essential in a Rohan deck, but otherwise, that's the only time, right? Minstrel, probably a 2 rating. She's not all that good, but I mean, she's good for what she does as long as you're doing a combo or have to resource your deck properly. Son of Kings is good. Starter Path, no good. Eagles are coming. Decent if you got the right cards. And Horsebreaker, there's one more card I'm missing. And Horsebreaker is great. I think Horsebreaker is actually good. His cost is a little too high. I think he should only cost 1. Because you discard him to use his ability. But you know what? I would pay 2 to put him out. If I was playing a deck that I needed my heroes, heavy hero deck, I would put him in a heavy hero deck where heroes have a lot of attachments. They're kind of buffed up, and you know what? This would be perfect. I'm thinking in the future, actually. Now that I'm doing this, I'm thinking about the deck types to use these characters with, and now I'm thinking of a heavy attachment deck that you might see coming up, where I'm going to be throwing Westfold Horsebreaker into it. And all this deck is going to be me putting a bunch of stuff on a hero and then readying the heroes constantly as much as I can with different methods and maybe even some different triggers. But anyways, keep it in mind. I mean, there's other ways, of course, right? Like you can pay 2 and you can put Unexpected Courage on a guy, right? But you can only use that once, or you can use him once as well. But it's another option, right? And of course, I missed this guy before, so Winged Guardian, this will go well with the Eagles Are Coming. And of course, he's a big blocker. So he is, I guess, the big blocker from, other than the Gondor guy who came later. He would be what we would call a wicket blocker, actually. After an attack, which he defends, you pay 1 resource to discard him. So he's a really good blocker, but to be completely honest, the Gondor guy is way better. Well, we won't say way better because there are cards that can use these Eagles in the more advantages later in our way to get creature cards back and all this sort of stuff. But as of right now, as we're looking at this card right now, I would give it a low rating. I would only give it a 2 at the current card pool. So yeah, so this whole pack itself, there's some key cards. There is the key cards of Duoday Mark and Song of Kings. The Campfire Tales, that would be another key card. And if you're going with the Eagles Are Coming. So not a big load of good cards in there. But then again, everybody got different suggestions. But I'm gonna rate that whole pack probably I don't know, a 3 out of 5 or even 2.5 out of 5. So not that great. All right, search for the sorry, what did I say? Conflict of the Carrick. Let's take a look at this one. All right, let's find our hero first. Actually, yeah. Actually, let's go here, sort by name. We're going to sort by type. And we're going to go ahead and try to find our hero. Our hero is on the bottom there. Oh, sorry, guys. All right, so who we got? We got Frodo Baggins. He's really good. He's 7 threat, 2 willpower, 1 attack, 2 defense, and 2 hit points. He is a hobbit, and after Bilbo Baggins is damaged, cancel the damage, and instead raise your threat by the amount he would be damaged. Or at least the amount he was dealt. Limit once per phase, so you can only do it once, but really it's all you need to do. He's really powerful. As long as you can reduce your threat, he's the best blocker in the game. I mean, as long as you can keep your threat low. I mean, you can't kill him unless you do direct damage, and or you can do multiple times direct damage because it's only limit once per phase. So if you're able to, if an enemy was able to attack this guy twice, it could kill him if it's in the same phase, right? So it is something you got to watch out for. But other than that, he's really good. I say he's probably one of the better cards to come out of the first packs of the Shadow Sword of Mirkwood. All right, we got Baron Beekeeper, cost of 4, ally tactics, 1 willpower, 2 attack, 1 defense, 3 hit points. He's a Bjorning. I guess that's like a changeling or something, isn't it? Anyways, discard Bjorning from play to deal 1 damage to each enemy in the staging area. There's been better since. Moving along. I don't know. This guy, I don't like him. I don't like him at all, actually. His stats are decent for 4. I wouldn't use him. Not for his ability anyways. Maybe if he's going to die and I get 1 hit point. No, I don't like him. I'd rather have a chump. I'd rather have a blocker. He's garbage. Get out of him. Get out of here. All right. Eromund. He is a Rohan. The cost of 3 spirit ally, 2 willpower, 1 attack, 1 defense, and 2 hit points. After Eromund leaves play, ready all Rohan characters in play. Once again, if I was making a Rohan heavy deck, this is if I was going to make it a hero base for a lot of attachments, and maybe I'll throw all the horses on people, he would actually be really good. You can ready all the Rohan heroes. He would basically be a 3 cost. Oh, and he has to leave play, so he can leave play for any reason. Wow, you can even bounce him or something if you can do that. Wow, okay. Jeez. He would be like a 3 cost thing that readies, well, almost like the one for the elf, right? Or sort of the dwarves, my bad, which costs 3 to ready everybody. Not bad. I don't like his stats. They're mediocre for what he is, but his ability actually makes him really good. I like him, and I think I can use him in a hero-heavy deck that I may be making. Anyways, this is once again ideas. Longbeard Mapmaker. He is an ally with 3 costs, 1 willpower, 1 attack, 1 defense, 3 hit points. Longbeard Mapmaker is a dwarf, and his action is spend 1 lore resource to give Longbeard Mapmaker +1 willpower to the end of the phase. Well, it doesn't say you can only do it once per phase, so it makes him pretty freaking good, doesn't it? So I mean, yeah, I guess you can. He's great. I mean, you can spend resources on people to give him as much willpower as you possibly can. So you throw Steward of Gondor on a lore character. This guy becomes really, really powerful. And for a cost of 3, wow, that's really good. It's actually a really good card. I think it's great. Yeah, good card. Burning Brand. Burning Brand's an attachment, and it's cost 2, and it's an item. Attach it to a lore character. So that's the stipulation there. While attached characters defending, cancel any shadow cards dealt to the attacking enemy. I don't like this card because of the attached to lore character. And I know that a lot of people are playing with this. And I mean, Lord Aragorn is a good one because I think he has Sentinel. So you can still defend pretty good. And I mean, there's lots of ways to get their defense up, right? But I just don't like it. I don't like the attached to lore hero. I mean, I guess technically you can throw a Song of Wisdom. I wonder if it's in here. It's not. But anyway, Song of Wisdom on top of the guy and give him the lore icon, and then it becomes useful. But that's just another card. I don't use Burning Brand. I have used it in the past, and I haven't been able to get it to work properly. But if you got some tips and pointers about Burning Brand of how to use it more effectively, let me know. Because I haven't been able to use this card as much as I would like to. And it is a powerful effect. Don't get me wrong. But I just haven't been having the best of luck with it. Born Aloft. It is an attachment, 0 cost, attached to an ally. Discard Born Aloft to return that ally back to the owner's hand. Classic Gandalf condition. You throw Born Aloft on top of Gandalf, and Gandalf comes back for another round. So it's kind of like another way, an expensive sneak attack way of doing it. Because, well, he stays up to the end of the round. So I mean, technically, you use him as a blocker or quest, or you do a whole bunch of stuff with him. You don't have to. You know, you can just keep that on him until he's about to go, and then throw him back to your hand. Born Aloft also works with that other guy up here, is this dude right here. So you can actually throw that Born Aloft on top of him and ready all your Rohan characters. Actually, wouldn't be too bad. Sorry about that. 2-day warning. Attached hero gains plus, well, right, it's an attachment. It's a signal. It's leadership, and attached to a hero gains +1 defense. Pay 1 resource from the attached pool to place it on another person. Same as before. Still really great card. You can put a whole bunch of defense on somebody. It's a power card. Love it. Nowhere About a Stranger. Makes him a Rohan. Okay. If you're playing a Rohan deck and you just need to make sure that somebody's a Rohan to trigger stuff, that's pretty good. Okay. It's an attachment. Cost of 1. Attached to a character. That character gains Rohan trait. Spirit. Song of Wisdom. It is the song that I was talking about before. So it's attachment. Cost 1. Neutral. Attached to a hero. Hero gains plus nothing. He gains the lore resource icon. Which works with Burning Brand, of course. It's not that big of a combo, but it could be worked in multiple ways. It could help flesh out your deck a little bit. It's not that bad. Second Breakfast, man, he looks bloated. It is a leadership event, cost of 1. Each player returns the topmost attachment to a card of his discard to his hand. Attachment. The fact you don't get to choose, but you can bring back another Born Aloft and keep that combo going longer. It's got potential. Definitely got potential, especially if something just got rid of one of your attachments, you can get it back immediately. But there's other ways of doing it. I'm not too hooked on this card, but whatever. So once again, do not like him. He has potential as a cheap way to Grim Resolve everybody back as a spirit. It's actually not that bad of an idea. Longbeard Mapmaker, really good card. Burning Brand, good card, but I can't get it to work properly. Bordeloff, also a good card. Duodane Warning, I don't know. I kind of like Warning more so than the attack. Kind of like Warning more than the, I guess, Mark. Just because I like the fact that you can defend. Defending it just seems to be, I know that people is boring because you're not getting all these great attacks, but I find that defending is actually more important because people want to not chump block a lot of the times. They want to keep your character. So I think this is great. Toss 2 of these on somebody, and they're pretty good. Especially if we already got 2 defense or 3 defense. I don't know. I like this card. Norman Stranger, Silent Wisdom, of course. And Second Breakfast, not that big of a deal. And Frodo, definitely good. So as of right now, I mean, I would say Conflict of Carrick, if you're going to grab a pack from the first set, because they're being reprinted. Here's the other thing too. These are all being reprinted as we speak. So if you're wondering about, when am I going to get the next one? Well, I mean, they're going to be on the boat. So you'll get them in the new packaging, the new plastic packaging and stuff. So it won't look totally out of place. So I would say Conflict of the Carrick at the moment is one of my favorite packs that came out of this cycle. Go to the bottom. We've got Prince Imrahil. He is the new hero for the Journey to Roscoeville. All right, so Prince Imrahil, he's a noble, which I don't really know why he's a Gondor noble, but anyways, I said noble, didn't I? With 11 threats, 2 willpower, 3 attack, 2 defense, and 4 hit points. After a character leaves play, ready Prince Imrahil. Really, it works really well. Actually, better. It works better with the Rohan characters because they leave play, and actually, he would work really good with once per round though. Well, still. He actually works pretty good, especially for the idea I was thinking about. Anyways, I like him. I still think that Faramir is better than him, but I mean he's much later, right? Not the lower Faramir, but the leadership Faramir. Anyways, I like him. I mean the fact that anytime you get something to ready, it's powerful. So Radagast, he is a 5-cost ally with 2 willpower, 1 attack, 1 defense, 3 hit points. He is a Astari, as you can kind of guess. Radagast collects 1 resource each resource phase, and these resources can be used to pay creature cards played from your hand. Spend X resource from Radagast's pool to heal X wounds on any creature. Of course, yes, you guessed it. He is for the Return to Radagast Journey to Roscoeville, set. So you can kind of guess this is where he's made. He's all about healing that bird. And I did not use him during my game. Didn't he? I forgot all about him, actually. But the fact that he can play the birds, he can actually play the eagles, really good in Eagles deck. It costs a 5 for his stats. The stats are kind of garbage. But the fact that you can get more money to play your creatures is not bad. But I definitely would not put him as the top tier neutral character, neutral ally. Haldare of Lorne, unique. 4 costs for 2/2, so 2 willpower, 2 attack, 2 defense, and 3 hit points. He's range and sentinel, Sylvan. Actually, doesn't fit the Sylvan decks at all. Trash it. He's garbage. Okay. This guy's the escort of Eldara. It is a cost of 2 spirits, 2 willpower, 0 attack, 0 defense, 1 hit point. He's a Rohan. While committed to the quest, the escorts gains +2 willpower. That sounds good. After resolving the quest that he was committed to, discard him, which seems to be very Rohan-like. You did something, now go away. He will work well, of course, with Prince Imrahil. That's probably why he's in the same pack. The fact he gets 4 willpower for 2, not bad. If you Galadriel with him, he doesn't exhaust, but he will go away anyway. So, I don't know about this guy. I don't know if I really like him. But you know what? He'll get you through a bind if you need to. And I guess in the discard pile, he'll trigger other things as he's leaving, like a Gondor. No, he won't. He won't anymore, will he? Because it says destroyed now. Nope. I don't know. I don't know about this guy. I don't know about this guy. Yeah, I guess in a Rohan deck, I should say just because it's in a Rohan deck, he's okay. He'll get you through what you need to do. I don't think he's a key card. I really don't. Cost 2. Lambadol. 5 cost tactics card with 1 willpower, 3 attack, 1 defensive, 4 hit points. Wow. Sentinel. Yikes. After a hero card is destroyed, return a bolt to its owner's hand to put that hero back into play with 1 damage on it. So he basically goes in and saves people and then brings them back. Boy, that's great. I really like that card. So it's an eagle who's got the ability to save your hero. I think, especially for people who are just starting out and don't have a lot of cards, that's probably a good starter card to put in there. I mean, it costs a lot. It costs 5, but it's a tactics way of saving your hero. There is a spirit way to get your hero back, but this is a tactics way of making sure your hero doesn't go away. With 4 hit points, you can actually take a beating, so it's not bad. Duodane quests, +1 quests. I mean, all these are great. You know, this is a 2 attachment. I think it costs the most. Attached hero gets +1 willpower. And you can pay 1 to switch it. Great. Love it. I like the Calabria-born stone a little bit more, but still good. Because that's unique at least. I mean, you can throw 3Ds on somebody. Wait, no. Actually, I don't like this as much. I mean, it's leadership. But I still like the Duodane the morning a lot better, mainly because there's favor of the lady, which is a spirit card, which I think might only cost 1. But I mean, yes, this is not a spirit card, and I get it. But I still don't like it as much. Ancient Matham, 1 attachment attached to a location. After attached location is discarded or explored, sorry. The first player draws 3 cards. Good. Continue on. There's not much to say about it. It's just good. To Matham. I don't use it. But then again, that's a spirit. Spirit doesn't have a lot of ways to draw cards. That's another way. Parting gifts. Events 0 cost. Leadership. Move any number of resource icons from a leadership pool to any other resource pool. Don't like it. Done. Infighting is an event. It costs 1. Move any number of damage from one enemy to another. Don't like it. Hasn't really worked out in my favor. To the Eerie. 2 cost event. After an ally is destroyed, exhaust 1 equal character to move that ally from the discard pile to owner's hand. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a way to get people back. So this works well with your Rohan characters, right? So, wait, no, it doesn't. It's after it's destroyed. Yeah. I don't know. It's just another way to save your characters, I guess. Save your allies. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not feeling this pack. I tell you right now, I'm looking at these cards. Unless you're getting it for the quests, you're not getting it for the players' cards. I'm going to say Rosgo Bell, which ended up turning to be Rosgo Hell for me, is Rosgo Smells. So Rosgo Smell. I think I used that one already, though. Whatever. But, yeah, don't like Rosgo Bell. So I'm not doing these in order by the looks of it. I'm not doing these in order. Or am I? Yes, I think I am. All right, next. I don't know how much time I've been doing this for, but anyways, we got the Son of Bran for the Hills of Immer Hill. He's a Dale, a hero, tactics. 10 threat, 2 willpower, 3 attack, 2 defense, and 3 hit points at willpower. He's ranged, and after Son of Bran, Son of Bran attacks and defeats an enemy engaged with a player, choose and ready one of that player's characters. So he kind of helps somebody out, and there is a combo with him that makes him super useful, where he gets readied, and then if someone else has Mary, then actually he can ready him too. So you can actually use Mary and him to ready each other and have a bit of a combo loop happening there. So he actually works well with the second player who's playing the tactics Mary. And yeah, I think he's good for what he is for tactics on the other side. And 3 attack, I mean, who the hell? A 3 attack ranged? I mean, what's wrong with that? I don't know. 3 is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's got the proper stats. I don't know why people give him such a hard time. It's actually not bad. Gildor. So Gildor's a Noldor, sorry, of 5 costs, 3 huge stats, 3 willpower, 2 attack, 3 defense, 3 hit points. Exhaust to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, switch one of those cards with another card in your hand, and return the 3 cards back to your deck. I really like this guy. I mean, yeah, he's a lore, so you have to play with a lore heavy deck, and I don't use him yet. I will be using him in my lore deck, I think, at some point. He's kind of like a nice off Gandalf. I mean, he doesn't have an amazing ability when it comes in, but at least like he can quest pretty good, he can defend pretty good, he can attack decent. And you know what? Let's say if you get a turn but there's no enemies, well, now you get to search the top cards of your library and see what's good. And if you have a way to shuffle your library, like with another search effect or something like that, of a character, then you know what? Whatever. Or if you got another way, if you're playing with Glaron Wine, and you're drawing 2 cards, so you can draw a card with him because you're taking a card, and then you can put him back in any order. You can take the next card and draw it. So next time you use them, it's next turn. You'll be drawing that last card off the top. No, wait, that's not how it works. Right. So you switch a card. So you will have to get a card back to your hand eventually. But I mean, maybe you need that card off the top of the library, and if you have a way to shuffle, then he becomes really good. I like him. Vertimax Finest is a ally with the cost of 2. Is a spirit. 1 willpower, 1 attack, 0 defense, 2 hit points. Is a creature Rohan. Exhaust and discard Vertimax Finest to place 2 target tokens on any location. Nope. don't like him. Exhaust and discard. Get rid of the exhaust and he'll be alright. I mean, yes, I know. It's a creature, so you can use what's his name to get him out. He's a Rohan character, so he counts as Rohan. When they leave play, things happen. I'm going to put a big X to this guy. He's situational at best. Moving along. All right, we've seen this guy. I talked about this guy before. So he's an ally. He's a 4 cost. He's a 1 willpower, 2 attack, 1 defense, and 2 hit points. Descendant of Thorador is a creature eagle. Descendant of Thorador cannot have restricted attachments. After Descendant of Thorador enters or leaves play, 2 damage to any 1 enemy in the stage area. Usually you're. Tactics usually doesn't run with a low threat. I've been trying to find a lot. There's a couple low threats, but usually it doesn't. And it costs a 4. He's expensive. I say his leave play happens more often than in play. Well, maybe not, actually. Yeah, I think he's okay. I don't think he's amazing. I think he's okay. And, he has the ability to come in. You can Born Aloft them back to your hand. You could die, I guess. The chump blocker, but it's only in the staging area. Him and Gandalf make a good team, but that's 9 costs. No. Unless you're playing with Eagles alone, I don't like him. Kenai Took is a leadership ally with cost of 2, 1 willpower. Oh my god. 0 attack, 0 defense, and 2 hit points. He's a hobbit. After Kenai Took enters the play, he's a Pookin. Reveal the top card of each player's deck. You can return them to your hand to discard the top card of each player's deck. I don't know. I don't know any practical uses for this guy. I guess you can. There's other ways to look at the top card. There's other ways to use them. I guess this is for the time back here where, you know, it was a way to kind of see what the next card's going to be, and you can kind of cycle your cards a little bit. And you can do it after requests for 1. I don't like them. Don't like them. Next, Song of Travel. We've seen the songs before. It's the same thing. Neutral. 1 cost. Attachment. Song. Attach your hero. Spirit. Good for whatever other reasons I mentioned before. Continue on. Guilders Council. Played during the quest phase before characters are committed to the quest. Reveal 1 less card from the deck. Yeah, very good. I like that card only in a 2-player game. In a 3-player game, I find that the second card, I mean, yes, you may not want 4 cards, but I think a 2-player game would be even better. The fact that you can quest, it costs a 3. I would never use it. Ride your Rubin, cost of 1 events, spirits event. Discard a Rohan ally to choose a location, place 3 progress tokens on it. Nope. Would not use it. This is not a good pack. Meldor's Flight is a event with 0 cost, is in tactics, and choose an eagle ally, return that character to owner's hand. Yes, that is not bad for Descendant of Thor, actually. Combining those together, yeah, that's not bad. That's it. There's nothing else I got to say with that card. Rear Guard, which is a 1 cost leadership events. Discard a leadership ally to give each committed hero this turn plus 1 quest in interface. Can combo and stuff can give you that push over. I have to see it in action to make it work. So in this pack here, you got this guy. He's really good, but that's it. If you're only going for Gildor, because really you're not going to use him as often as you might think, I say avoid this pack unless you're going for the quests. There's not a lot of good stuff in it, but Gildor is pretty spot on. I like him. All right, Dead Marshes. We're almost done. Boromir, guy I'm trying to get to work, and I think he's going to be the one I'm going to be using for my attachment-heavy deck. One of them, anyways. I'm still working on it. Actually, I do have it in the makings. I'm just still working on it. So, he is a hero with 11 threat, 1 willpower, 3 attack, 2 willpower. Wow, where am I even going here? He's 11 threat, 1 willpower, 3 attack, 2 defense, 5 hit points. He's a noble Gondor warrior. Raise your threat by 1 to ready Boromir. That seems pretty decent. And discard him to deal 2 damage to each enemy engaged with a single player. That's garbage. But anyways, he's really good. The fact that you can spin a threat and stand him back up is really good. But you may need some threat reduction to lower his, he got 3 attacks. I mean, he can get up again, attack again, but he's not a good quester, right? But I would definitely use him as an attacker. You even use him as a defender, because you can bump up his defense with Duodane, or anything really. You can bump up his defense with a whole bunch of stuff, especially with the Gondor shields that are out now. I mean, he get +2. It just makes him like a 4 defense, and if you put 2 on him, so he's got dual shield action on the go. You're sitting there with 6 defense, and he can just defend and then attack the same guy. There are other ways to give him +1 attack, like Duodane Mark. So you can throw some marks on him with the shields, and he becomes a force to be reckoned with. That would probably mean a Tri-Sphere, because you're going to want to play Spirit as well. So I'm already coming up with a deck idea in my brain. As we look at this, cool, very nice. Yeah, I like him. I really like Boromir. I think he's a spot-on guy, as long as you got a way to deal with the threat. Sylvan Tracker. After Sylvan Tracker readies, after Sylvan character readies during the refresh phase, deal. Okay, first of all, let's look at this card. So it is an ally with a cost of 3, 1 willpower, 1 attack, 1 defense, 3 hit points. The Sylvan, and then after a Sylvan character readies, refresh in the refresh phase, heal 1 damage from the character. Okay, after I finally got that spat out, a lot of Sylvans that I play with are all 1 hit points, so that won't help. But in general, I don't see her being played at all. Her stats suck. Elfhelm. Elfhelm. Cost of 4. He's a spirit ally with 1 willpower, 2 attack, 2 defense, and 3 hit points. As a Rohan warrior, while Elfhelm is ready, he gains after your threat has been raised as a result from questing unsuccessfully or by an encounter or quest card effect. Raise your stat by 1. That's not bad. His stats are not the greatest, but you know what? He keeps things from getting out of hand if you start falling behind without having to take too much damage. 1 threat could mean anything. It could actually mean that you lost by 1, and then you don't have to worry. But then again, you probably won't lost by 1 if he was questing. Anyways, continue on. Actually, hold on a second. An encounter card, or by an encounter, or quest card effect. So this would actually nullify Doomed. Doomed 1. Wow. I never thought of that. Quest card effect. No, not treachery. Wait. Quest card effect. I guess if it was on the an encounter. By an encounter. Alright, so will this work on like doomed effects? Anyways, you guys correct me if you can. Because I'm curious. But anyways, yeah, so I mean he may be good, maybe not. I'm not sure. I didn't really think about that. But either way, his stats are not the greatest, but I actually don't mind him as a Rohan warrior. Vassal the Windlord. Yes, he's great. He's cost of 1, ally, tactics. He does exactly what he needs to do. He has 0 willpower, 3 attack, 0 defense, 1 hit point. He's ranged, so he can hit from far away. Vassal the Windlord cannot have restricted attachments. After an attack in which Vassal the Windlord attack resolves, discard Vassal the Windlord from play. Yes, he does that big one shot. That's all you need him for. Maybe he'll come back again. There's lots of ways to bring him back. Dueling Watcher. Discard Dueling Watcher from play to cancel the shadow effects of a card just triggered. She is a 3-cost leadership, 1 willpower, 1 attack, 1 defense, 2 hit points. Duodane. And she cancels trigger effects. Oh, she's a little too costly. I think she should cost 2. I guess that would be too much, asking for too much, actually. No. I would use her, I guess, but not unless I'm playing something very heavy on the Duodanes. Because Duodanes like to get in a lot of fights, and I just find that she is just not that. Don't like that. I like the effect. I love the effect. Just don't like this. Anyways. Song of Battle, and you know what the songs. Fast Hitch, great card. Cost of 1, it's attached to a Hobbit, is an attachment. Exhaust Fast Hitch to ready the character. Great card for Hobbits. Great Hobbit card. Song of Mocking, here's another song. It's a song, it's an attachment, it's tactics. Exhaust Song of Mocking to choose another hero. Until the end of turn, attach hero takes all damage assigned to a chosen hero. Yeah, no. Duty and Cash is an attachment. It costs 2, should cost 1. Attached to a hero, that hero gains ranged, and that's it, really. And you can switch to someone else. I think it should only cost 1. That's too much. We do not sleep until the end of phase. Rohan characters do not exhaust to commit the quest. Brilliant, just too costly. It should only cost 2 or 3. It should only cost 3 because it's Rohan only. And it's only for questing. It should cost 3 because you can pay 5 to do other things that are way better. 3 it is. Costs way too much. And that's it. So this one here, that's garbage. This is questionable. This is good. This is really good. So if you've got a Hobbit deck, if you're thinking about doing Hobbit, so if you went out and grabbed the Hobbit, or even the first Lord of the Rings, actually not the Hobbits, that's mostly dwarves. If you went out and grabbed the Lord of the Rings saga set, which by the way if we're going to go off topic here, and I'm going to go ahead and mention about the future packs that I have not played yet or anything like that. Well, I have played, but I haven't really dived into those quests yet. I would say for beginners, if you've got the core set, I would say get 1 or 2 core sets. So if you get the second core set, you're going to be better off. And first thing you should do, go grab the first Saga expansion of the Lord of the Rings. And I think it's just called the Lord of the Rings. Actually, I think it's called something particular. I think it's not the Road Darkens, but it's the other one. Oh my goodness, I should know this. Let me just double check here because my brain is shut off right now. And it's so bad right now, my brain does not want to talk to me. Yeah, so if you are there, oh right, the Black Riders. So if you are looking to get some cards, I would suggest getting the Black Riders and the core set, or at least 2 core sets of the Black Riders, and this pack right here. If you're looking just for player cards only, so that'll be the Dead Marshes, and you're pretty sweet with just those cards, because I mean, there's a couple ints I would recommend getting later, but man, those 2 just alone is so good. And lastly, turn Mirkwood, and then I'm going to give my little synopsis of about each quest and how I felt about it. Dane Ironfoot, he is amazing, especially in a dwarf deck. He is an 11 threats, 1 willpower, 2 attack, 3 defense, 5 hit points. He is a dwarf, and while he's ready, all dwarf characters gain +1 attack, +1 willpower, including himself, technically. So if you got a way to he doesn't exhaust to do these things, like quest, like there's a way to do that. It's pretty good, pretty crazy. Actually, quest for 2. Wow, powerful. Like he should be the king. Well, I guess he is the king. Right. Either way. Right. Oh, the Iron Hills. Right. He is amazing. I think he is one of the better cards in the game, to be honest. One of the better cards in the game. Especially if you're playing with, of course, if you're playing with a dwarf deck, but dwarves are also overpowered. So he's really good. Eagles of the Misty Mountains is a 4-cost ally, 2 willpower, 2 attack, 2 defense, 4 hit points. Eagles of the Misty Mountains is a creature eagle. Ugh, oh god, so much stuff here. Eagles of the Misty Mountains cannot have restricted attachments. Eagles of the Misty Mountains gains +1 attack, +1 defense for each face-down attachment it has. Response. After another eagle character leaves play, you may attach that card face-down on Eagles of the Misty Mountains. It gets bigger as more eagles die. For a cost of 4, he's actually really good. His stats is really good. So that's actually worth it. That's a good card. And if you're playing with an eagle deck, even better, because as eagles die, or Vassal of Windlord and whatnot, goes on top of him. Great card. It definitely makes the eagles worth it. We've got Mirkwood Runner here. We get a lore, cost of 3, 1 willpower, 2 attack, 0 defense, 2 hit points, Sylvan Scout. While Mirkwood Runner is attacking alone and by herself, the defending enemy does not count its defense. Yeah, good. It's good. It just doesn't fit a lot of Sylvan decks right now. At least new style Sylvan. So probably going to be overlooked. And really, there are ways to bump up attack for in tactics for allies, but yeah, I just don't see this one seeing much play. I think she deserves play, especially in quests where you're attacking like the people with like for instance, here's one. The assault on all, is it assault or masking of Osgiliath, when you have to fight the witch king, and he has 6 attack, 6 willpower, 6 defense, not willpower, sorry, 6 threat, sorry, 6 attack and 6 defense, and 11 hit points. She can put a nice bump into him because he doesn't have to worry about the 6 defense as long as you're able to bump her attack up. And there are lots of ways of doing that. So I think she's situational based on the quest. That one in particular actually should be really good in. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, not a great card for the cost because the stats are not that great. But very situational, can be used in certain decks. Definitely an option for sideboarding if you sideboard. Rest Road Traveler Rohan Karator. It's an ally. Spirits, cost of 2, 2 willpower, 0 attack, 0 defense, 1 willpower. Rohan, which I already said, responds after you play West Road Traveler from your hand. Switch the active location with another location in the area. Yeah, good, I guess. Situational, once again. Not all locations are going to be that big of a deal, but then again, you never know. I'm not going to say it's a great card. I'm not going to say it's bad. It's a Rohan Quester for 2, so it can't be that bad. Actually, yeah, no, not that great. I was about to say something, but no, yeah, not that great. No. She doesn't even work well with the Rohan crew. Anyways. Duodane Signal, attached to a hero, gain Sentinel. No. It's attachment, leadership, cost 1. Just no. Usually the people who are good defenders have Sentinel. And if you make it a good defender, well, that's good for you. Support the Eagles. The attachment costs 3. It's a boon. It is a tactics attached to a tactics hero only a tactics hero, which I guess you can use when the Songs of Battle or something to help you out with that. Exhaust support the Eagles to choose an ally. Eagle ally. Add its attack and defense. Choose 1. Oh, attack or defense. Choose 1 to its own. So you can Vessel Windlord. You can add the attack to somebody. Not bad. Unless you're playing Eagles, of course, it's situational, but you can really bring up your damage big time with this card to a hero. Yeah, meh. I'm going to be meh about this card just because it costs 3. And you got to have Eagles out. Astonishing Speed until the end of phase. All Rohan characters get +2 willpower. I think this is awesome. This is properly cost for what it does. Great. I think Rohan's got what it needed there because it doesn't have a lot of questers. I mean, got her, but not a lot of questers. I mean, a lot of people in Spirit, but usually their willpower is like 1 or 2, which I guess is not bad considering. I mean, but a lot of times I see a lot of 1s, but at least a 1. So I mean, with this gonna push her over the top. Maybe not main game. Maybe throw 1 in your deck and it may come up. Save your life. Dawn Take You All. It's a cost of 2. It's an event. It's a leadership. Play after shadow cards have been dealt, but before attacks have been resolved. Each player may choose and discard 1 face-down shadow card from an enemy in which he's engaged with. That's good. That's really good. So I mean that's really good. I mean the fact that you can get rid of shadow cards when you really don't need a shadow card effect to go off, I think that's good. I think this should be in a deck, a 2 of even in a couple of decks. That but you know in the end, probably not going to be huge because unless you're playing a deck or playing against a quest where shadow effects are really bad. It's the only time I can think about doing that. Otherwise, I don't think it's that. Yeah. No, I've convinced myself it's okay, but not the best card. Rumor from the Earth. It is a 0-cost event lore card. Look at the top card of the encounter deck. Then you may pay 1 lore resource, to return Rumor of the Earth to your hand. I like the Sylvan better. He's in the core set. And you only get 1 of them, sadly. I like him better than this card because you can reuse it. And this one you can reuse too, but you got to cost 1 resource every time. Nope. And Shadow of the Past, cost of 2, neutral event, move the top card of the encounter discard pile to the top of the counter deck, which is okay if you're trying to avoid something, but not that great. Okay, so once again, I think this had the best dwarf. So if you've got a dwarf deck, I would definitely get Return to Mirkwood. It's a really good one. But I think the one that takes all the beans, I think it was Conflict of the Carrick, right? I think that was like the best set here. Or maybe not. Wait, or is it? Yes, it is. No, it's not. Oh, there's a lot of good cards in here. Oh, some good cards. All right, was it Journey to Rosgraville? Was that the one that I was thinking about? No, I don't think so. It's got a lot of garbage in there. All right, so I think was it Dead Marshes? I think it was, wasn't it? Right. So I think the Dead Marshes got a lot of the best cards in it. Yes, especially with Fast Hitch. So anyways, I'm going to go through real quick here now about how my experience with them. So Hunt for Gollum. I found Hunt for Gollum. The quest cards in there were yeah, fuck it. I'm not going to do that. So I just went through all the player cards and of all the different sets. To give you a brief analysis of each of the quests, the Hunt for Gollum, which is the first one you get to, it's very location heavy, so if you have a lot of questing, you should be fine to get through that. Conflict with Carrick, it is a bit of a tricky one, so take your time getting through there. It did surprise me a couple times, and I did have a couple problems with those trolls. And I never had the problems with Sacked as much as I thought I would. But I did find it hard to stop myself from overquesting, and the new side quests that came in, the new expansion packs, I think I put a good dent into how to slow down the game enough to get Conflict of Carrick to work properly for you while you can turtle, because that's really good on turtling. A Journey to Rosgraville, I really hate that quest. You have to make a deck really is geared towards it, or else it just doesn't work properly. The Hills of Em and Wheel, that's quest heavy. I never had any problems with that quest at all. Easy, I guess, but I guess it can get bad with multiple people because you have a lot of locations coming out at once, and you can only travel to one location at a time. So in a 4-player game, I think Hills of Em and Wheel is probably one of the worst ones here, just because if 4 locations come out, you can only travel to one of them at a time, unless you have the Northern Tracker, so you can start nailing these off in the staging area. But if you don't have a Northern Tracker, you're going to get swarmed with locations, and you're going to be stuck in the Hills of Em and Wheel. The Dead Marshes, I don't quite remember that one. I think that was the one with the lights. I think I did that one a couple of times. I did beat it eventually. I think I beat it like the second time around. I'm just trying to remember exactly. I think that's the one where you're trying to get Gollum and he keeps running away. I did find it really annoying, and actually, I think I did this one a lot of times because he kept getting away from me. And I gotta say, I didn't like the fact that when he goes into the encounter that I have to wait for him to come back in the stage area. Sometimes I have to cycle through the deck a couple of times, and usually when I have to cycle through the deck more than once, usually means I'm going to lose either by threading out or just losing because I get overwhelmed with enemies or locations. So I think the Dead Martians sucked as another suckage as a quest. So Hills and Em and Wheel also sucked because it was just boring. The Dead Marshes sucked because it was almost impossible sometimes. And the Journey to Rosgraville, just you need to build a particular deck to form it. Then Return to Mirkwood, one that I just completed earlier today. That one's just quest heavy. If you can just quest through it, that's why I picked that deck with all the questers. I just quest through it. It was easy. You got to do it before you thread out, and if you're playing with multiple people, you can throw Gollum around. I don't think that's hard at all. I think Return to Mirkwood is pretty easy, but I haven't seen all the cards, so maybe it isn't as easy as I think it is. All right, so that's it. That's my little take on all of this stuff, and I'm pretty sure I bored the crap out of everybody here. Yeah, so I'm going to continue on with the progression series later. I may end up doing something completely different next time that we talk. Because I'm thinking about doing a couple of things with doing a couple side projects with this, with Lord of the Rings in mind, the card game, anyways. And then going back to the progression series afterwards. So I may end up doing something else for now. and that's probably either talking about different cards, and talking about different ways or different packs you should get, and making decks with them. Just something fun, something different to stir things up. Even I might even go through the. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'll do. I guess we'll find out. Because I might end up just playing some of the Gen Con packs or something like that. And I'm thinking about custom quests in the future, so I got lots of stuff on my plate here. I just need to pick at it one at a time. Anyways, this is Jason from Rollingintentions. Thanks for listening to my rambling today. And if you like the content, please like and subscribe. And if you don't agree to any of my little card synopsis, please let me know. Also, in saying that, eventually I am going to be looking for somebody to come onto the show and talk to me about these things. Not on the solo progression, obviously, but anyways, just people who are interested in this game, who want to be involved. Please let me know. Email me at rollingintentions@gmail.com or message me with the information below. If you're interested in just coming on and having a chat with me about the Lord of the Rings card game, whether it's about the new packs, old packs, if you're a brand new player and you just want to talk to me about stuff, if you're a veteran player, let me know. I mean, I'll love to talk to people about this game. And I got a couple of people who, like I said, I'm trying to get on the show, but my schedule at work just changed. So I might actually have more luck. Maybe I'll get Corey back, and maybe I'll get my friend Devin, and we can start the narrative progression. Well, not narrative progression, but a narrative series where we're actually doing storytelling while we're playing Lord of the Rings card game. It'll be a nice mix. All right. So for all you people out there who out in Middle Earth who are listening to me, keep it real, and I'll see you again next time on Rolling Intentions. Goodbye.